The next presentation is called Building an Equitable Digital Future. It will be presented by Kathleen Evans, and she is the Regional Director of External Affairs at AT&T. Go ahead, Kathleen.
All right, are we good to go, Hilda?
Yes, yes, we
Building
are.
an equitable. Wonderful. And good evening, everyone. Thank you for your continuing time and attention tonight. I'd like to extend my sincerest gratitude to Hilda and Fernando, the La Noticia team, for including AT&T in this evening's program. It is my honor to be included as part of this illustrious group of speakers for the Latino American Women's Conference. The title of my remarks, as you can see, is Building an Equitable Digital Future. I'll discuss the work AT&T is doing to build a digitally equitable and inclusive future for North Carolinians. I'll cover the company's most recent investments, efforts to help close the homework gap, and a brand new network designed for first responders to make our communities safer. Second slide. AT&T is bringing robust broadband connectivity to more Americans through low-cost broadband offers, participation in the emergency broadband benefit, and community investment. So hopefully you're already familiar with AT&T's low-cost broadband program called Access from AT&T. It's a program that La Noticia has helped AT&T promote for many years now. You may qualify, as a reminder, you may qualify for internet service up to 10 megabits per second or $10 a month or less if at least one person in your household is a SNAP participant. And in response to our public health crisis, AT&T expanded eligibility to include households participating in the National School Lunch Program, Head Start, and those with an income of 135% or less than the federal poverty guidelines. So we've actually expanded it and made it more inclusive. Now, AT&T is also helping to make broadband more affordable to millions of American households by participating in the FCC's Emergency Broadband Benefit Program, or EBB for short. The EBB is a temporary federal program designed to help those most financially impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. It provides a temporary benefit on home internet or wireless service for eligible households, decreasing your bill up to $50 per month or up to $75 per month if you reside in qualifying tribal lands. This benefit could take the monthly cost of broadband to zero during the time the EBB is available. The benefit will last 6 months or until funds are exhausted, whichever comes first. AT&T continues to offer discounted wireless solutions to more than 135,000 public and private K-12 schools, colleges, and universities. These offers help keep students and teachers connected to assist in transforming education beyond when schools reopen. Now, as part of AT&T's $2 billion 3-year company-wide commitment to close the digital divide, we developed the Connected Learning Program to help stem the tide of learning loss, narrow the homework gap, and create compelling educational content. So we are in the midst of that program now. While the pandemic scrambled everyone's plans, AT&T's commitment to reliability, resiliency, and outstanding service for our clients never wavered. The numbers of companies and individuals that had to pivot to a work from home model almost literally overnight presented a technical challenge that no one had ever seen before. We were up to that challenge. Our networks performed admirably during the pandemic, despite the increased usage. And that is no accident. I attribute that to decades of bipartisan government policies promoting private sector investment produced this result. I'd like to thank, if there are any policymakers on the call here, I'd like to thank policymakers for their light touch regulatory approach, which allowed us to expand coverage and improve connectivity. And we did that by investing $375 million in our wireline and wireless networks between 2018 and 2020. And speaking of investments, I want to pivot a little bit and tell you about FirstNet, which is an independent authority within the U.S. Department of Commerce. In 2017, the FirstNet Authority awarded AT&T an innovative 25-year contract to build America's public safety network. You can see some statistics here. FirstNet includes always-on, 24/7 priority and preemption across voice and data communications. FirstNet is a physically separate network from the commercial network many of us use, fully dedicated to public safety. And of course, it has government oversight and accountability. You can see on this slide that AT&T has over 2.2 million FirstNet users and 16,000 agencies on FirstNet. So there's a lot to talk about, but in summary, AT&T's 144-year, I believe, history of innovation, continuing innovation, is a story of people from all walks of life and backgrounds coming together to connect customers with their loved ones, their work, and their world. Our diverse, inclusive culture welcomes all points of view and helps to make us who we are, a great place to work, a desired business partner, and a committed member of the communities we serve. AT&T's strong, diverse workforce reflects the diversity of our customers and vendors. Our employees are dedicated to service in the community. Over the past 5 years, AT&T and the AT&T Foundation and its employees contributed more than $162 million to organizations and projects that strengthen the Latino community and ensure the STEM skills, like working a Zoom call, required for future technology workforce are taught today. We are making a difference and people notice. For the 19th consecutive year, Diversity Inc. named AT&T one of the top 50 companies for diversity. In 2019, AT&T was #1 on that list. Hilda, I couldn't think of a better way to end this presentation than by making a point about our diversity. So enough said. I appreciate you and your time, and Hilda, back to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Kathleen, for that great information. I think we all know about the digital divide that we have in North Carolina, and we are happy that AT&T is helping our community in that way. AT&T is a good corporate citizen. We are going to share this information with our audience so that they will understand more of what the work that you are doing. And I'd like to say thank you, Kathleen, and thank you, AT&T.
Thank you, Hilda.